You have a haircut.
Yes, I do.
Looks nice.
Thank you.
Is this
I
like
hope it
now
does.
your new look
I
entering
mean,
your 20s?
kind of like this is just like because like I let my hair. Well, I let my hair grow out the past like few months just because I've been way too preoccupied and just haven't gotten a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually I'd get like a haircut like maybe like once every like 2 months, like
Mm-hmm.
one every like month and a half, depending on how fast it's growing. But like yeah, because I like to at least when I go get it cut, I keep it like shorter so it can grow out
I see.
and like I have like room for it to do that, you know.
Yeah,
So I just kind of like the process is the same as when my hair is like longer. Like it just grows out
I
into
see.
being like more like I don't know, wait, like just more wavy when it gets longer.
And did you get like texturizing or like when you get your haircut, or do you just fix it whenever you get it?
No, I mean I always just like fix it afterwards and like
You have like a
whatever.
piece of hair that's like also like, thank you, it was
Mm,
bothering me.
Sometimes
Yeah, have
that'll
you seen that
happen.
interview where Zendaya and Tom Holland? I think it was the second Spider-Man that they were doing press junkets for, and one of the interviewers was had like a piece of hair sticking out, and you could see her in the interview before she like goes and touches it, like keeping an eye on it because it was really bothering her, and you could just see like it build up. Be like, I'm sorry, I have to like fix it. Like she is so sweet. Like I would love to meet her. But she's very like one thing I love about Zendaya is that she is very very classy. Like she holds like such a class to her like that is untouchable in my opinion. Like truthfully she is a jack of all trades in my opinion. Like she can sing, she can dance, she can act, and then she models. It's always funny too when she does a photo shoot for a brand, there's always a comment that says you models are lucky that Zendaya chose to acting because she's a really great model. Like if you watch like behind the scenes of her modeling for things, like she just works it and she's so beautiful and so amazing. But that was a whole tangent that I just went on. But yeah, no, I like her.
Thank
It looks
you.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like when it's at least a little bit shorter, just feel cleaner at least a little bit.
That's how
I
I
like
feel with my
I
eyebrows.
like the sides to grow out more, but obviously that's why I get a low taper because I
Hmm.
don't like a mid or obviously a high one because that's like it's like too much. Like
Yeah.
not like I want hair up on the side of my head.
It's so funny when men get your haircuts, like you guys really like what you like, and it's
Yeah, I
very
know.
daunting to go into to also like find a new barber and going
I
into it with
travel
like
like
a
40
whole.
minutes to go to my
I
barber.
mean, Jose does too. Like he still goes to his same barber in Longmont, even though we live in Loveland.
Yeah,
Like it's that
exactly.
serious for
It
you
is that
guys. But
serious.
imagine that, and with us women, it's nails, hair, and eyelashes,
Eyelashes,
extensions. Some, from
eyebrows,
like eyebrows.
whatever.
Oh, eyebrows are a whole thing for women. I feel like eyebrows are definitely. You can take all of the nails, the hair, eyebrows is what's so important for me. I know for I just recently got my brows laminated, and for those who don't know what lamination is, essentially it's like a perming solution that you use on your eyebrows to like soften your eyebrow hairs so that you are more able to move them however you want. Because for me, my eyebrow hair is so thick, it does not move. I mean, doesn't move in a bad way. Like I can't, I've tried every single gel that there is to like move, like make my eyebrows like move and shape a different
You
way.
know what? Your root is just like it keeps it there.
Yeah, like it just doesn't. It immediately falls. It doesn't like to shape. And like for me, especially like with my shape of my brows, the fronts are so important because the more they grow inwards.
Right.
So I look dirty. I look so dirty in my opinion when I don't have that cleaned up or when I can't like put them up. I'm letting you know right now, if you guys have like super thick brows and nothing's worked for you and you've tried all the things, highly recommend at least getting a lamination one time just to see if you even like it. And I get people get so intimidated by lamination because they're like, oh my God, I'm going to look like freaking the Grinch because like they sometimes lamination, it really sticks up your brows. But if you have one that knows what you're doing or knows what they're doing, your eyebrows are going to come out fine,
Right.
so I highly suggest getting your brows
It's
laminated.
like Botox.
Basic, oh my God, yeah, low key, yes, because brows make a huge difference in lifting your face. Like it makes you like look so snatched and lifted when you like
I've
push your
noticed
brows
one of
up.
my eyebrows is more expressive than the other.
I love my facial expressions though. I don't think I mean I don't want to say never, but I can't find myself ever getting Botox or anything like that because I love being able to like really express how I'm feeling.
I, like, forget sometimes how I look sometimes, especially because I was thinking today about, like, auditioning and, like, how we'd be on camera, and I, like, be
Mhm.
looking at myself, and I'm like, "Is this how people, like, watch me when I'm talking?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, for a while, it was, like, really jarring to me because I was just
Mhm.
like, "Do I
Well,
look like this when when
yeah.
I'm expressing like this, that's
Mhm.
how I look?" Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna like lie. You are, in my opinion, I'm gonna say you are a better actor than me.
Like
No, I'm being so serious because you don't care if you look ugly on camera. You don't care
oh,
about what
yeah,
you look
because to
like.
me,
It's
I
not in
don't
the
help
back of
it.
your head. Like it really isn't. Like you're so good at capturing emotions versus me. I feel like I'm a little too conscious of what I look like on camera
Right.
that it kind of derails me a little bit when in auditioning tapes. I notice that a lot when I'm watching back my old tapes. I'm like, dude, move your face. Like, what
Right,
is like you're crying, but like, why aren't you moving your face? Like,
right,
because that is the problem too now in actors. Like, of course, because Botox and filler is like such a huge thing, and
right.
they have a hard time showing expression in their face, so their acting comes across really bad. So I need to know. I know that I need to work on that for sure. But I will. I actually will say you are a better actor than me. I catching this on camera. I do think you are a better actor than I am. I
Well,
think
thank
this no,
you.
I think this industry really suits you really well. You're definitely not afraid to like make crazy choices in your auditions. You work the script really well. Like sometimes I like used to not trust Marcus's process because like I would ask him like, "Do you remember your lines?" He's like, "No, I remember them 5 minutes ago. It's fine. Like whatever." And I'm like, "No, it's not fine. You need to break down." I'm so technical. I'm very technical. I'm a
Yeah,
technical
you
actor. I literally go to every single line and highlight and write notes of what my face needs to look
I'm just
like,
like
what
one of
my tone
those who
needs to
like
be.
really is like I need to feel the character. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I need to just like sit in it for a moment. That's like I'll read the script once
Uh-huh.
and like just sit with how I feel with the scenes and all that stuff. And then I'll read it again, obviously for for like memorizing.
Mhm.
And then after I memorize it once, I don't look at it again
Mhm.
practically because then I'm like, okay, the script's in my head. Now I just need to feel it come out naturally, and that's
Yeah.
what's going to come out is like naturally. And that did mess me up sometimes about like, oh, I need to stay on script when I'm like messing up a couple of words,
Mhm.
and I forget it's not really a necessity. Like
Mhm.
if you like miss a couple of words, yes, writers do put that intention. There are words that
Right.
are important,
Right.
but certain like transitional words that you're using, or
Mhm.
like if you like replace like dude with bro or something, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
See, you know what here's the hard part too about auditioning like that. I remember we were taught at first to know every single line. That if you
right,
mess up your line, your audition's cut. They're gonna
right,
just throw you in the trash. Like
right.
they're not gonna care. But then we were also taught by like the same people to also like when we would care too much about the script, they'd be like, "Why do you care so much about the script?" Because you taught me to care too much about the script. I'm so confused. But now that I'm older, I kind of understand what they mean. Like, you need to care about the essence of the script.
Right.
Yes, it's important to know your lines, but my biggest piece of advice is if you're now we're in an age where self tape is all the time. It's very
That's
rare
all
that
we're
you
doing.
go into,
When you're going in, you're screen
yeah,
testing.
you're
Like that's
exactly
like
at that point. And my super big advice for those who are self taping, I would say just do one take acting it out the way that you want to, forgetting about the script.
mhm,
Even like just go through the script and understand what the nature of the scene is, and then just kind of improvise. And then keep doing that until you finally feel like you have the grasp of what your character is
right.
and what the situation is also in the scene. And then learn the script and do your self tape audition with the actual writing.
Because we like, I feel like actors we tend to forget is like our like the whole like of us sitting there with what we're doing with the character
Mhm.
isn't is like it's completely unique to us and to our point of view of
Yeah.
what we think this character is, and we're like, oh, like our perspective of that's where choices come from
Mhm.
is like your perspective of what a person like this would do. So
Yeah.
then you do something that might be that like probably no one else did in an audition because they're still either A thinking like themselves or B thinking too much into something.
Mhm.
So, it's like
And I just wish that casting directors were more lenient sometimes when it comes to that, because it's so hard. Like, you're watching so many people do the same thing over and over and over again until you find that one person that does the singular thing that makes the whole scene different.
mhm,
And then also too, sometimes you get afraid to make choices because you're just thinking, what if I make the wrong choice and then
right.
it completely bombs my chances? And it's just such a risky business. Like, it really is. And honestly, it all comes down to also sometimes casting directors don't care about how you act. They think in their head, like, we can teach them how to act later. This person just has the look. For those who don't know, like, when you are in the acting industry, you have your actors access account. And your actors access account basically has your entire breakdown. Like, it has
Right.
your headshots, your most recent headshots, a reel if you have one, which is super important,
Mhm.
and you list your weight, your height, like, your measurements, your hair color, your eye color, how many tattoos do you have, how many piercings, like, and there's this huge section of skills and languages. You can select like what your skills are, and there's so many.
Which I
Like,
think it's so funny as like you really think about it, being an actor, it's like having a dating profile.
oh my god,
Like
it's actually so
because
that's so
like
funny when you
you
put it
put
that
because
way.
like it's less like a job resume sometimes because like you put like your skills down. Like there's no more name any other job where you're like, I know I'm a black belt in karate. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no other job where you
Yeah.
really put that
And
down.
mind you, that is
Like
a toggle on there. Like, you
right.
can put karate and then you also have like the choice to do like green belt, yellow
Yeah, I
belt.
know.
Like,
Literally
it's
will like
crazy.
they want to know your stats in every area of your life.
Yeah.
Can you ride a bike? Like
No, actually,
is it
yeah.
like
Like, they ask you, like, can you ride a bike? Can you skateboard?
right,
Can you ice skate? Can you roller skate? Like,
right.
those types of things. And it's so
Can you dance? How well can you dance?
right,
Like, you know
right.
what I
And it's
mean?
so funny because imagine being like, yeah, I've roller skated before. I can roller skate. And then like you get these auditions and it's like you need to be a pro roller skater. And it's like,
And then like you nail the audition and then you're like, so it turns out guys, I can't roller skate. And then
I don't know. It's just crazy to me when like that piece of advice of like, oh yeah, just go in and lie and do whatever to get. No, I don't think you should do
all
that.
right, I don't know
You
about
become a
that.
liability.
Yeah.
That's a real quick way to become a liability, let me tell you.
That's
Oh my
true.
gosh. But that's the intro.
Right?
Hey everybody, this is
Rated
Rated
R
R
for
for Relatives.
relatives.
I'm Ariana,
I'm Marcus.
and let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Episode 19,
right?
our second to last episode. I think this is the part where we are gonna like actually discuss what the plan is, or I guess what my plan is since I run this shit. You just
I
show up.
just show up with a camera and microphones. That's literally all I do. And watch a
So
movie.
when the beginning of this podcast, when we started doing this whole ideal, is that
Right.
I really wanted to do seasons.
Right.
There's a lot of podcasts out there that take a break in between. A lot of them do it like around Christmas, holiday time. Um, I believe that ours also would be summertime, and which we are in right now.
Right.
And I, because the idea of it being seasons and the idea of like at least 20 episodes came from, shows back in the day where they used to be 20 episodes.
Right.
We need to get back to that if you ask me. But
Just
it,
binging everything.
it's unhealthy if I'm being honest. I
It
think that's why
is.
everybody's attention span is so messed up
It
because
is. Because
10
we either
episodes,
want
8
everything
even.
we either want like everything right there at once
Mhm.
or like not at all. And
Right.
it's like, all right, shit.
Yeah.
Like.
But with that being said, I had this plan of doing seasons,
Right.
and we're still kind of debating on whether we do 2 seasons a year or do one. I kind of want to lean towards to doing 2 seasons a year. Like, we'll return in the fall and bring up all our stuff during that time. I think it'd be good. But also, you guys, we don't have a professional editor.
Right.
I am the one who edits literally everything because I'm the one out of the both of us that has the most time to
Right.
do so.
To do that.
However, with the time that I have, it's very limited
Right.
because in the fall, I'm going to be working, going to school, doing homework on top of that,
Mhm.
and also trying to balance that work life type situation. And I don't know. I honestly, I'm gonna challenge myself to do that this fall. So this is the official announcement. We are gonna do season 2, and given the fact that nobody cares except for our 21 subscribers, which
Yay!
good news for you guys. Um,
We love each and every one of you. Zach, if you're watching this part, I love you.
no, we love our 21 subscribers. The goal with our podcast, like, is honestly like we don't really care enough to be so famous. We don't care to be like just so out there. What we do care about is the way we connect with every single
Of
one that
course.
tunes in and watches us every week. And we
And some of our
also,
viewers want to be guests, which we are
yeah,
working on next season, of
yes,
course. We want to make it more engaging for more of
mm-hmm,
our audience in general, which obviously will hopefully just bring more traction because to Ariana's point, this isn't really about gaining a lot of like virality, I
virality,
guess. I
yeah.
don't know if that's a word, but
No, it is.
oh, okay.
Virality is a verb.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Well, not gaining any like virality from it, but more of just like getting connection with what we want to do
Yeah.
and like in this world, which is a lot of this kind of creative stuff to do with
Mhm.
movies and that kind of aspect of the area, especially myself. Of of course, I mean, I want to make films and that kind of aspect. So I mean, as far
Yeah.
as getting feet into the proverbial pool of
Mhm.
the of filmmaking, pop culture, and whatnot. This is our my at least my start to doing that, and of course our time together of doing this with each
Mhm.
other.
Yeah, cuz like I mean, I think the reality is too like when you're I saw this thing and it kind of like made me tear up is that like once we grow up, we don't ever live together again.
Right,
Like day in, day out. Like that's just not a reality. And my intention doing this podcast with you specifically was for us to be together all the time or
right,
at least, 4 times out of the month.
right,
And because I do care about our relationship as siblings, and this is a great way for us to stay connected to each other and connected into each other's lives because life can get really out of the way. And
right,
next thing I know, I only see you for holidays and birthdays, and that's just not ideal for me. I don't want to live a life where I'm only seeing my brother, who I've been literally at the hip to for pretty much my entire life. So
right.
it's just unfair for us, I feel like. So big things coming for season 2.
Hmm.
Well, not well, big for our small audience. It's not like I'm like Jake Gyllenhaal's gonna be on the podcast, guys. Manifesting though, manifesting.
If anyone knows Curry Barker, would love to have him
Oh
on.
yeah, we would love Kane Parsons on this
Kane Parsons
podcast.
as well. Like, we
you
love to
know,
engage with people that are around our age and are, doing filmmaking and things like that. That'd
yeah,
be so great
because it
to,
is very
you
interesting
know.
and it is a industry that we miss so much, and this is our way of still staying connected to it and touching it a little bit. We of course we're a very small podcast, we don't have the funds to fly people out. I'll max out a credit card though if I have to. But season 2 we will actually have a cover of our faces
Right?
on it. And I do want to bring in guests for season 2.
Of
I
course.
do want to maybe even adjust a lot of our segments,
Right.
maybe add some, take away some. But of course, we don't know what you guys want if no one tells us what they want. So if you're watching the podcast and you're a fan of it, obviously, why would you be watching if you weren't a fan of it? Um, feel free to reach out to us in our comments, even privately. Our DMs are open. I check our socials daily. So please, they're all linked in the description below. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share with
Right.
your friends. Literally, please share, share. And also, I am gonna be working on getting it on Spotify.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know that's like a big thing that we've
Especially
been
during this
getting.
break, we will see if we can upload all the episodes on the
Yes.
Spotify.
Depending on how my pockets look in the fall, we will possibly have better mics.
Yeah.
We will definitely have a different setting because I will be moved into a different apartment.
Yeah. So look a little
Um,
different.
and maybe, just maybe, we'll find a camera and we'll actually
Right.
have better video quality.
Right.
So
But yeah, as far as that kind of stuff goes, we hope everyone's excited for
Yeah.
the next season.
And that was my rant. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just because I really care about this. And I know, like, I have been lacking on editing the promo clips and literally promoting the podcast in
Hey,
general.
it's our first 6 months.
Yeah, it is our first six. Wow, we've been doing this for six
We've been
months.
doing this for 6 months.
Yeah, crazy. So I do want my goal is to also be so much more consistent
Right.
in the uploads and the promo clips. Like those are just the goals that I have for me. While juggling school and work at the same time. Yay! I love to make my life hard. Jeez, it just makes me feel something. I think also too, like if you know that meme of Debbie Ryan where she's like, "It scares me to be still." Have you seen that?
No,
No.
what?
Debbie Ryan, baby, I love you. I love you so much. You are me. I am you. Because like if you watch like clips of Debbie Ryan being like just this awkward, quirky girl,
Right.
a lot of people like laugh at her. I'm laughing with her, babes, because like you are me. She's on this like red carpet for something. I think it was for something Disney. I don't know. She has like platinum hair. Like it's a whole thing.
Mhm.
And I forgot what the actual question was by the interviewer. I think the interviewer asked her like, "Oh, like are you working on anything?" And she goes, "Well, yeah, it scares me to be still." Like that.
Yeah.
No, like it's there's no PR training with this girl, and I love her. I love her for it because like when I
We need celebrities with like slightly less PR training, to be honest with you.
no
Just
seriously
because, like,
seriously
I need to see a human on the that's why I love seeing interviews with Tom Holland. I love seeing
hmm
interviews with why am I
Zendaya
forget with
Zendaya
Zendaya with like a lot of Mark Ruffalo is a very like
oh yeah
natural person on the red
hmm
carpet. Paul Rudd too. Like all these people are like pretty
Sabrina
like
Carpenter is
natural.
another one that is also really hilarious because
Like, have
like
you seen Paul Rudd and Jaden Segal for like
no
for what's the movie that they're both I don't know. It's the one where he has to find a groomsman for his wedding, and it's Paul Rudd.
I
I think it's I
don't
Love You Man. Yeah, it's I
oh
Love
I
You
love
Man.
you man
Yeah, it's the press junket for that they're doing. They're doing an interview, and they're high
what
during the interview. Like, and you watch it kick in. You
that
can
is
see it
so
visually
funny
because they were making a stupid joke about a made up little leprechaun guy in the middle of the interview. Like and they're laughing their asses off. Like especially
yeah
Jason Segel is laughing his ass off.
is it Siegel
I think it's Segel.
wow we're gonna get flamed we also another thing we're working on is trying to properly pronounce celebrities names
I think it's Segel.
because listen like I've thought about taking my name Ariana and Lopez my last name and just being Jacqueline. Like I've thought about just being Jacqueline, but I also like can see like the way that my middle name is spelled. It's not uncommon. A lot of people spell Jacqueline with a Q, but it's also one of those things where I'm like, do I want to spend the rest of my life with my name being butchered? You know?
I've honestly, it's for me. It's just more for me. I've come up with just like a more catchy like name, like for myself. Like like Timothy Chalamet, like
Yeah.
like
And that's not
Mark,
even how
like
you really correctly pronounce it. Like he was raised with it being Timothée Chalamet. Like
right. Like so, I'm like I don't know. I came up with like a different like kind of last names because like Marcus Lopez doesn't really roll off the tongue as well. You know what I mean?
So what last names?
Mark like or not even last name, just like as a stage name. In of itself.
I
But
mean,
like
I think Marcus Davian is so good.
I don't
I
know,
really that for those who don't know, Marcus's middle name is
Davian,
Davian, or excuse me, Davian,
Davian.
which is that sounds so nice though. It really
Yeah,
does.
more like
Like
yeah,
Marcus Davian, like really sounds it rolls pretty
yeah.
good. I just think
I came up with like though I'm like Marcus Montgomery like that
Marcus Montgomery. Could
like
you be
it's like
any more frat boy esque?
super freaking just rolls off.
I
Like hey
can't think
Marcus
of
Montgomery, how you doing? Marcus
no.
Montgomery,
I think Marcus Davian
Marcus
sounds
Montgomery
really.
Media, boom, MMM.
I don't agree with that.
I'm still working out the kinks.
I just like to take things that are already my name and just shifting them. I've thought about taking like the first part of my first name and then the last part of my middle name, like Adeline. But like, I think that's stupid. I don't know. Names is just one of those things too. Because one fun fact that I did know about like SAG after, for those who don't know, SAG is like a union
Right.
essentially in the acting world, and it's like there to protect actors. That's why they have like a whole award show called SAG after Awards. Like it is like this whole thing of like just if you're a SAG after actor, like you have SAG insurance, you have like your name is trademarked. Like it's like a whole thing to a
Right.
point where when you join the SAG after company, you can't have the same name as another person.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's like not another like actor Marcus Lopez that I can even think of.
Maybe not, but
Okay.
there is smaller actors that are in SAG
Right.
aftra
That's true.
that they will probably be like, yeah, your name's already used, you have to come up with a different name. So it could even be Marcus D. Lopez, like even something like that, like something so small. You can twitch your name to be whatever. But I don't know. Like I remember when I had my first film. I remember them asking like, "Oh, how would you like your name to be on there?" And I was just like, "Oh, like Arianna Lopez." And then they were like, "You don't want the accent on the O." And I was like, "Well, why not?
Right.
You know,
I'll take
I'll take it."
it.
So in the Girls of the Party, my name is literally like obviously my name, but there is the accent on the O in the credits. Which
Like,
like having your name in credits is so like I don't care how small of a film that was. First
right.
of all, my film was winning awards in different countries. So how about you want to talk about how small my film is?
It's powerful.
It's powerful. No, it is. It's really powerful. Like honestly,
In Europe at least.
you guys, if you watch Girls in the Party, which maybe like one day I kind of want to talk about it. I remember it being this like trajectory thing of this is really a powerful film. Like when you watch it, like
Right.
when you think about it's one of those
The
things.
artistry of it all is like what's
No,
very
really,
like
the artistry, the way that it's filmed. Honestly, I'm not even like just glazing my own film. I promise, but because I rewatched it a month ago just for shits and giggles. And then I was like, wow, this is actually a really beautiful film.
right.
And I'm not saying like I didn't think it was when it was happening. I thought it was really just like this fun girly film, like, yay, like we're getting ready for a party, like whatever. No, it's so much deeper than that. And I had the pleasure of having an amazing team during that time as well. Like when I remember going in for the callback and they asked like, "Oh, these are the dates that we're going to be filming. Is there anything like vacations? We know it's summer. Is there any vacations that you plan on taking around this time? We can adjust the dates." And I was like, "No, well, my quinceañera." And they're like, "Your quinceañera when? When is it? You're not missing that. So when's your quinceañera?" Like to have casting directors and because it was literally casted, directed, and written all by the same two people and same two women, mind you. My first experience filming something and being a part of a set was by a women dominated film about women. And it's such a beautiful, blessed thing that I got to experience for my first time. And that is my goal long term. If I were to like step in to the acting industry again, creating, but it was just amazing to have people like that that truly cared. Like I remember I was freaking out because I had my nails done for my quince, and I'm like, "Do you want me to take them off?" They're like, "No, keep them on. Keep all your jewelry on." Because back then, you guys, I had rings, I had
Right.
bracelets. Like when you watch the film, like I don't know if you can like see it very well, but I had like my rings on, my quinceanera bracelet on. Like it was so special. Like it was really special to have people that cared. Even if that's the only thing I ever do, it was a beautiful
I
experience.
stole something from my first set.
Marcus, see, I didn't do that.
Someone had to pay somebody for that watch. I don't know.
Oh
Was
my god, it
wasn't
was like,
my wasn't my
do you
problem
still
after. It
have
was
it?
a Casio, yeah.
You
It was like a $20 watch, but yeah,
and you've upgraded. Look at his Casio watch now.
it
He
was not.
got
It's not this one. It's not
it's
this
not that one, but he bought his own. What a full circle moment
one.
for you.
But yeah,
Yeah.
well, because I didn't even realize I had it on because I had an audition after shooting.
Mm,
So
mhm,
I literally had to like rush to like change and like whatever. And after all of everything, I keep this on, like whatever. Obviously, this is under my clothes.
mhm.
I was just making sure this was still on me. I was just rushing whatever. And as soon as I got to the next audition, because like the watches usually just beep on every hour.
Uh-huh,
So when we got to the audition and I was all done, it was really after I was done too.
uh-huh.
And I got back in the car and it beeped. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, I guess I took that. I was like, my bad.
I'm excited. That's my rant, I guess. It wasn't a rant, it was just a tangent, but
Yeah. Yeah.
let's, I don't know if you have a rant. Do you have a rant?
I mean, I don't know. Not really. I
We
don't
could
know.
skip right to this rant today. I mean, and just talk about a little bit about how much we miss acting.
My rant is that I had a really fun day yesterday with my friends.
I had a fun day too yesterday.
Went to the
Life was
creek.
worth living
Right? No,
yesterday.
literally, I was in the car, and because my friend was driving, I was in his car. We were all like, three other dudes back seat, where girls were in the other car, and I was just like, I laid my head back, and I was like, dude, I haven't felt this stress free in months. I
No,
was
like,
like,
because I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it, but I had a very
right.
rough month. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Sorry. I'm not gonna cry. Sorry. Hold on. I'm not gonna talk about it. No, not because I don't want to. I want to so bad, but because it's still really fresh.
Right.
Obviously, because I'm crying. I might still cry about it 20 years later. I don't know, but I my heart was shattered the past month,
Right.
like so shattered, and it still is. Like it still hurts, but I had the worst month so far in my life emotionally, and yesterday I just me and Jose like we're hanging out with our other two friends, and we just we chugged a buzz ball and went to Denver to eat sushi. It was something so small but so amazing. Like I don't know,
Right.
like there was just something about it that just like life was really worth living at that time. And I guys, I was in a dark space where I thought life wasn't worth living for a good amount of this month. And yesterday I just had that sense of clarity that it's moments like that where life is worth living, where I can enjoy things without feeling this emotional burden. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. Maybe I'll talk about it later on down the road. I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep this one a little to myself.
Yeah.
But you know about it, of course. Close
Yeah.
people around me know about it, and they helped me through it. So it's okay, guys. No need to call safe to tell. I am fine.
But she would know anyway.
Shut up. Let's move on
Let's
to
move
Force
it.
Cinema.
Yeah.
It is Marcus's turn for this week's Force Cinema to go first.
Yes.
The movie that I assigned you,
Is due
Revenge.
revenge.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This is one of
Which
those like movies that didn't get enough recognition, didn't get enough like promotion. I think it came out actually during COVID, maybe.
I think it's in 2022, yeah, or
Oh,
like a
okay.
20. So it was like the aftermath
Of
that people
COVID,
were like,
yeah.
and it was on Netflix, so
Yeah,
it
it
was
was on
like,
Netflix. It's a Netflix original movie. Yeah.
but it has like a low key kind of stacked cast for like
Oh
no
yeah.
reason, like at
Oh
all.
yeah.
Literally no good reason for this cat.
First
There
of
is
all, it was a
my
very good reason
like
because I love
well,
it.
Maya Hawke, Camila Mendez, and then I forget the dude who plays the dick boyfriend, but he's in a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff.
He's in Euphoria. He was in
He's
Weapons.
gonna be in Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
he's gonna be in
Most
Resident Evil.
yeah. You
And
have Michelle Gellar.
Michelle Gellar, Paris. I forget her
Paris LeBlanc, I think.
LeBlanc. Yeah, I think that's what
LeBlanc,
it is. I think it's
something like
yeah,
that.
it is Paris LeBlanc,
Yeah.
which drop dead gorgeous to
So
me.
beautiful. And then
Um,
you have oh my god, I'm forgetting her name, but she was in 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, right,
Yes.
'cause she played one of the other
She
friends. Oh,
played
no, oh, god, she played Jess in
Yeah,
13
in
Reasons
13 Reasons
Why,
Why, yeah,
and
but
I forget
yeah,
what she
we're gonna be better at that, I promise.
Tara is who she played here. I
Yeah.
forget what her name was, though.
Yeah, but we are gonna be better at
Right.
that, sorry. Season 2 improvements, you
Right?
know?
Season 2 improvements.
But for the synopsis, for those who don't know what Do Revenge is, you are definitely missing out. It is one of the best modern day, like, Jawbreaker, like, if you've never seen Jawbreaker, by the way, an amazing that's gonna be added on the list, actually. That is actually an amazing film. I need to rewatch that movie, immediately. Modern day Mean Girls, it's so much, like, it's literally all these little chick flicks, these, like, meet with this trope of, like, Mean Girl-esque into one.
that's very purposeful,
Yeah, and
honestly.
it's so beautifully done. Like, the color grading in this is amazing. The wardrobe in this movie, the shout out to the costume designer because
Oh, I will say this though, if I went to a freaking private school and I had to dress in those colors, I think I'd shoot myself.
I would love to go
Like,
to private school and dress in those
it was
colors.
like mint and like
It was mint,
pastel
green, and
purple,
lavender, mind you.
lavender.
But getting into the actual synopsis of so essentially, so it's about this girl who's played by Camila Mendes. She is at the height of her high school career.
Mhm.
She's entering her senior year, getting ready to, I believe, go to Harvard.
Yale.
Yale, yes, one of those upscale
Ivy League.
universities. Yes, but Ivy League school. She is, of course, surrounded by a lot of rich people, trust fund babies, if
Right,
you will. Unfortunately, she is not one of them. So she has to really put up this front with her popularity. She has to be friends with the most popular, she has to be dating the most popular guy, friends with the most popular people. And again, she's the leader of her pack at this point in the movie in the beginning.
right.
And then her boyfriend in this movie convinces her to send provocative videos.
Well,
A video, a photo, like, just convinces her to do it, pressures her, if you will, in my opinion. Because she's very resistant about it at first, but I think just to, again, keep her status quo and wanting to make the most popular guy in the school happy, she does it.
right,
I mean, it's high school. It happens. So unfortunately, that video gets leaked and it goes all over the school, ruins her reputation. And then, of course, we transition into the beginning of her senior year, and she's no longer friends with the popular friends anymore that she once had.
right,
In fact, one of them ends up dating the boyfriend who pressured her
right.
into,
Essentially becomes a social pariah.
yeah, social pariah. Yes, exactly. That's what she becomes. And the entire movie, she is basically plotting revenge on to those people that wronged her. And along the way, she meets Maya Hawke's character. And Maya Hawke, her character, not Maya Hawke herself, amazing. She obviously helps Camila Mendes' character, and they just, again, throughout the movie, just
As
build
they
these
bond, as Maya Hawke's character also wants to get revenge on someone who wronged her in
at
her
the same
past,
time.
and because they're going to the same, because Maya Hawke is transferring into this school that Camila Mendes' character is already at
Hmm.
for one of the sole purposes of getting revenge on a
Yes.
girl that had wronged her in the past.
Yes.
So hearing this, they bond over that, and Camila Mendes' character brings up the idea of let's do each other's
Revenge.
revenge, and obviously
There's a
through
huge plot
yeah.
twist in this movie that I personally, I've seen a lot of movies with plot twists.
I
I
didn't
did
see it coming.
not see this one coming. Huge plot twist,
Crazy.
which honestly we might spoil. So depending on how deep we talk into this movie. So of course, spoilers ahead, but it is on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. Please go watch it. It's amazing.
It is good.
Let's transition to your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I did enjoy this movie quite a bit. There's really like only like probably one big thing that I had with it that was it kind of kept throwing me off, especially more like the first half. There is so much music crammed into this movie.
Really? I didn't
Yes.
notice that.
There's so there is at least like 10 visceral like you can hear them audibly like they like overpower like they're meant to be part of the thing like that are in the movie. Like
Hmm.
and it's a lot of them are within the first like half hour. Like this is an almost 2 hour movie by the way. It's like an
Yeah.
hour 45 minutes. Like a lot of them were like in the first half hour. I'm like,
Hmm.
what's with all the songs? I was like, what's
That's
going
so
on?
weird that you pay attention to that because I don't.
'Cause music cues and because to me, music in a movie is, like, super
I
important.
mean, I believe it's
Like,
important too, but I don't really pay attention to it that much. When I'm going into a movie that's like lighthearted and fun and I'm excited to watch it, I'm not paying so much attention to
oh,
it.
yeah, like, good parts of my play I'd say, like 15% of my playlist probably comes from, like, movie soundtracks.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, I mean, that was, like, the only thing but, like, other than that, it was super enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I love Camila Mendes on screen. Only thing I really have seen her in is Riverdale, so it's like
It was
any
nice to see her in
it was
something
nice,
different.
yeah, it was nice to see her in something different,
Yeah.
obviously. She is a great actress. I think she's a
I
great
think she's a
actress.
great actress
I think this is
too.
another example of a Latina actress that needs more work. Someone give
Yeah.
her more work. Like, obviously Maya Hawke on screen, which funny enough, as you guys will find out, obviously I assigned Ariana a movie that has Ethan Hawke in it.
In
So
it,
it
yeah. I
was
know, it's so funny. I assigned Marcus a movie with Maya Hawke in it, and he assigned me a movie with Ethan Hawke in it, which, if you guys don't know, Maya Hawke is Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter.
right.
How lucky are you?
Probably one of the best examples of nepotism
No,
we've seen to date.
best example of nepotism.
I
I'm being so serious. She is nepotism final boss. If I were to be a nepo
don't
baby, I
know.
would be her.
Like, they both pop on screen very well throughout this movie. Like you said, color grading was very good. I loved all the cinematography shots throughout this movie. I found just a lot of enjoyability.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off because I'm also remembering Sophie Turner in this movie. She's the
So it
redhead.
is Sophie
It is
Turner.
Sophie
Okay,
Turner.
I kept looking at her. I'm like, is that Sophie
It
Turner?
is
Like,
Sophie Turner. Game of Thrones Sophie Turner in this movie is so funny
right, which to
because she's
me,
like, I
Sophie
don't
Turner.
do cocaine.
Which to me, Sophie Turner is Jean Grey. So that's which is X-Men. Because like
Oh.
yeah, because she played like young Jean Grey and when they did X-Men Apocalypse and they did X-Men Dark Phoenix,
Oh,
which
they
she was
kept.
like a
Oh.
main plot point in X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Well, yeah. Well, shout out Sophie Turner. It is
Yeah,
Sophie Turner.
yeah. I kept looking at her. I'm like, is that
No, it's
fucking
crazy
Sophie
what
Turner?
hair color can do because she's a redhead in here, like a deep redhead.
Well, I
And
still know her as a redhead, so that's why
oh,
I was
oh,
just looking at. I was like,
I know her as a blonde.
yeah. See, yeah, no. I'm like,
She's almost unrecognizable to me in this movie, but her part, she had rent due.
I
She
think
was only on screen for not even a total of 5 minutes, and she delivered the whole like, I don't do cocaine.
cocaine. And like that little scene
She's
she has
so
with her
funny.
like at the rehab facility,
Oh yeah,
and I still didn't see at the end of that sentence even coming either. Like I was like, oh
she's
damn,
literally amazing.
you're right, rent was due.
Rent
Like
was so due. Her part in here is
she's like, they're keeping
so lit.
every one of my scenes in this bitch. I need to act my ass off.
No,
Like,
literally, she's amazing in this movie. But
but yeah,
sorry,
but like,
continue.
but yeah, but like enjoyable moments like that though is like really a lot of what this movie
Hmm.
was. Honestly, like kind of like a lot of funnier stuff. The scene where like they have them tripping off of mushrooms because
Oh my
they
gosh.
dosed their entire class,
Yes.
not a classroom, not a party, an entire high school class of people with mushrooms.
Yes.
And not they didn't like I not we didn't see when they put it in, but I doubt they measured anything because
Mm.
when the principal went to pull it out, there was a full stemming cap just intact in there. Like I don't think they measured jack shit. God knows how
Can I
much
tell you
those people
something?
were dosing.
That is my irrational fear.
Was someone dosing you with psychedelics?
Yes, my
You
major
know what it reminds me
irrational
of? It
fear.
reminds me of that
I'm
scene
scared
in
that I'm gonna grab a water at a party and it's Molly water. Like, I'm
you know what it
terrified. I'm
reminds me
not
of?
even kidding.
Reminds me of that scene in You. Remember like when 40 doses Joe in the
Yes,
second
with like
season?
4 times the amount of what you're
Yeah.
supposed to
He's like,
dose yourself with.
he's like,
Thing about psychedelics and like drugs like that in general that freak me out is like there's nothing you can do to get that out of your system
absolutely.
immediately.
You can try and sweat it out. That's about
No,
it.
right,
And
but
even
there's
then, like
nothing. Like, you guys, nothing. That's why, like, please proceed with caution. That's why I like alcohol, because alcohol, to get it out of your system, just eat a lot of food
well, also certain things it's harder too, because
or throw up.
if you can ingest a drug, then it's easier to get out of your system.
Hmm.
But like acid, that's something you put under your tongue,
And it
and
like
then it
disperses.
right,
Yeah.
and when you do eat it, it
Mm-mm.
just gets absorbed, like into
No, you
like
guys, I'm telling you, that scene was what I kid you not. I was like, oh, so my irrational fear is not so irrational. Okay.
like you become like so susceptible. Like for instance, like when she goes and gets his phone,
Hmm.
he's literally like, "Don't close it. You're letting all the spiders in." And he has his phone because he's trying to get his phone.
Hmm.
There's spiders all over your phone, so he throws it like. You know what I mean? Like, instant doesn't even think twice, throws his phone out, like, completely away from him. Like,
Him
and
tripping about spiders though freaked me out because I'm like, that's actually probably something I would trip about. Because I feel like when you're tripping about things, they're taking your deepest fears and like turning them into, if you have a bad state of mind, right?
yeah,
They're turning them into like obviously just like your imagination, right? You're
right.
just hallucinating essentially. That's what psychedelics are. So it is, yeah, I you couldn't pay me. Gun to my head, the gun would go off. I am not, no, no, no.
Oh,
Because what's
gun to my head, I'd say pull the
no,
trigger.
because my thing is too, like when you deep dive into the effects of psychedelics and all that stuff, like some people do not come out of
Yeah,
it.
it messes you up. You're not supposed to even, like, trip, like, hard more than, like, 3 times a year. Like,
More
that's,
than
like
I think 3 times in your life, actually. But some people, it happens once, and it you unlock a whole chamber in your brain, and it doesn't close, and
Yeah, I
it's
know.
scary, and it's sad, and there's a lot of cases where that does happen, they do end up in psych wards because, again, like, they've never stopped tripping, and it is so sad and crazy because that just proves that the brain is a very unexplained
Which, like, I
science.
just wanna know, like, the whole, like, unused plot point. What was she growing all that shit for? Like, was
Right,
she selling? Like, what's
right.
going on?
You're actually correct. I never thought about why she, and
She
also
was
like,
growing a full bedrow of weed plants and a full bedrow of shrooms. Like,
which
that shit
listen, you guys, for the sake of the people who have not watched this movie, the context behind this is that there's like this whole garden club that they have. There's a greenhouse, and like the leader of the garden club is one of the girls that Maya Hawke's character wants to get revenge on, or at least the
so we
girl.
think.
So we think. But with that being said, like it's discovered that she has like she's growing weed and mushrooms like in the school's greenhouse, like
which
crazy.
which to be honest, I really think that's why you don't see a lot of schools have those.
Right,
Public schools at
because like
least.
what do you, why?
Because
Why? That is
because
public school behavior. No, we've been to public school, please.
right,
But
like,
like that is public
that's
school
public school
behavior.
behavior. It's just
At a private school is crazy.
growing. I think I've known kids who had a weed plant in, like, the back of the school. Like,
That is nuts.
like,
Like really nuts. So it's like I hate that we also didn't know why. I just thought it was I just assumed that it was for just
just you're
recreational
right, her
use.
own
Yeah.
recreational use. Which, I mean, you go, girl. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
don't know,
whatever, girl, but
but, like, damn,
the
like,
commitment to that is
god damn,
crazy.
right? And, like, what I think is funny because, like, when they go in to open it and, like,
Mhm.
she's just right there, like, trying to, like, going almost trying to stop them, and, like,
Yes.
they're just sitting there like, like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, like, 'cause what the fuck do you say?
Well, yeah, like how do you why?
That's so messed up.
Yeah.
But that whole scene of, like, her going to the rehab facility though and, like, talking to her and, like, finding out the plot twist of the movie, which
Mhm.
because obviously we do see her and Maya Hawke, they grow a lot together in their friendship.
Yeah.
Camila Mendez's character is, like, very focused on, like, getting her in with the popular crowd because it's mostly part of her plan. So
Mhm.
through that, they do become very close
Yeah.
and see a lot of which, you know, Maya Hawke's character is starting to see a lot of how Camila Mendez is actually in the, you
Mhm.
know, and you know how she actually is. And with that, you know, we see a lot of kind of back and forth, especially because we have two narrators throughout this, like, throughout we
Yes.
have both of their characters narrating this story,
Mhm.
and especially for, like, that last half, it's mostly just Maya Hawke's character
Yeah.
because then after we kind of start to see a little bit of that plot point bleeding through even a
Right.
little bit
Right.
when she gets mad at her at the party and, like, kind of
Yes.
storms off and, like,
Mhm.
whatnot. It's a very, you know, like, it's a very, like, all over the place kind of
Mhm.
ordeal for a second because you know, Camila Mendes character is, like, over here spiraling, like,
Yes.
for a second, like, when, you know, she's ghosting her, she's not answering because Maya Hawke is, like, really feeling the popular crowd
Yeah.
now.
Mhm. Because it's benefiting her.
Right. And then we get how she's falling. We get that little subplot how she's, like, falling and, like, falling for the asshole's little sister,
Yes.
and which it's like, oh, okay, cool, like, you know,
Mhm.
and she's out here, like, on the sidelines, kind of calling her out for shit. So I don't know. It was a here's my thing, especially with this movie. There was a lot in this that was just entertaining. Like, you know,
No, it really
it
is
left a
a
lot to be, like,
yeah.
sitting there, and you were, like, paying attention to what is happening because you
Mhm.
didn't know which part was gonna go next.
Right.
That's what's good about movies that do things like this with, like, several different tropes,
Mhm.
is if you do it well, it
Mhm.
makes for something super entertaining
Right.
because you want to know where each plot point is going
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
agree. Mhm.
So I saw that a lot within this movie, and that's why I did enjoy a lot about it, is just the way that the plot kind of did flow along,
Mhm.
because I didn't, at certain turns, I didn't expect it, especially when we do find out that
The plot twist.
Maya Hawke's character is trying to get revenge on Camila Mendez.
Mhm.
So
And it's so funny too, because like when Camila Mendes is finding out that Maya Hawke is actually who she is, um, I always thought to myself, I'm like, dude, how do you not recognize people? Like, how do you? Are you that vain in your head that
she
you?
did say, like, she did get a nose job.
Right. And and that's what I mean. The nose job. I've seen nose jobs that looked very natural. I've seen nose jobs that looked very botched. Now, I've seen nose jobs that have completely shifted someone's
Right.
appearance. I remember watching this movie and I was like, like, come on. And then when I was like seeing all these other celebrities that got their noses done, I'm like, oh wow,
Right.
you look so different. You know what I mean? So the nose is really like the heart of your face. I mean, it's like the center of your face, of course, but I just find it so wild that that can happen. So that's where I was like, okay, it's more believable that like she didn't really recognize her.
Right.
But I
But,
don't
like,
know.
when she's tell it's honestly, I see Maya Hawke's point of, like,
Hmm.
"I told you the whole story and you didn't realize I was
That
talking about you?" Like,
yes,
that's
yes. And
nuts.
then when
Which,
I
I'm not gonna lie, I guess, like, that kinda puts things into perspective sometimes, because that could happen. Honestly, it kinda could happen. Because, like,
yeah.
I feel like if someone were to tell me, I mean, God forbid I ever traumatized anybody when I
Mhm.
was a kid, but, like, if someone were to tell me something like that when I was a
Mhm.
kid,
Mhm.
I wouldn't remember, probably. Like, I'd be like, "Damn, that's fucked up. Who did that?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "You!" I'd be like, "Oh, shit, what?" You know?
And that's the
Like,
thing. I think it's like when she is telling Camila Mendes' character about this, and Camila Mendes is like, "Wow, that is really messed up. Like, who would do that?"
right. Yeah, it's like, "Oh, shit,
Girl, you would do
you
that.
did that shit."
Actually, you actually did it. And I think what's funny too, because it is really scary. Because I remember one time, Jose and I were watching this like movie. It's a Ryan Reynolds Christmas movie, kind of. I forget what it's called. But I was like, "Yeah, let's watch this. I've never seen it before." Jose literally, like, it looked like he saw a ghost. He looked at me and he's like, "You have seen this before. We watched it together." And I was like, "I've never seen this movie." And I'm like, "You've seen this movie? Wrong bitch. Like, there's no way I watched this movie with you." And he explains the whole plot. He's like, "Yes, because this happens and this happens." And I'm like, I've never seen this movie. And I'm like, maybe I'll remember it. Maybe I did watch it and I just wasn't paying attention. And we're watching the whole movie, nothing comes to mind.
Nothing clicks.
And it's genuinely, it scared him. He was like, we sat and watched this movie before. Like, I know we did. And I'm like, do I have disassociating disorder? Like, I don't recall this. And some people have it. And some people have, like, I don't want to diagnose myself, but like, I'm just saying, like, that exists. I'm not giving people excuses for shitty behavior, but I'm just saying, like, that can exist. Like, when you're like disassociating and blacking out and like doing certain things, it's, you don't realize that you actually did it
I
consciously.
fully dissociated for like 2 months, like after a breakup, like literally, like, because I didn't even realize I was dissociating until something snapped me out of it. It was like a
Mhm.
dumbass movie, and it
Mhm.
just made me. I didn't cry for like month, and then like it just started making me cry, and I was like, oh shit, and
Mhm.
like it literally was like my conscious like snapped back into the driver's seat, and I was like, oh fuck, like
Isn't that weird? Because people do have it. There's people that have that dissociate for years and they don't realize that they're doing it. It's like you're sleepwalking, but you're awake.
exactly, like it's really like, and I've literally described that feeling to people before. It's like when I tell them, like, I feel like I've been asleep for a little
Mhm.
while. Like, does that
Mhm.
makes, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's so strange,
Yeah.
but especially just I just don't know how the fuck she didn't see it was
Yeah,
her.
like I don't, how
Like,
do you not,
I don't.
I don't know.
It's very astonishing, but at the same, and I mean, at the same time too, I will say, genius plan from Maya Hawke's
Oh
perspective.
yeah,
Like, I mean,
she ate that up. Like
the freaking
honestly.
dedication, which also, by the way, a little creepy. I don't know where she found the time to like go to her car and take out a spark plug. Like, she looked like she did that in the dead of night. Like, that's what
Yeah.
it like. It was a very enjoyable movie. There was like a lot of it that I obviously loved.
Mhm.
It's a good watch. I don't know if I'd like sit down and watch it again if it was on. I don't think I'd turn it off. But
Mhm.
like, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? that's how I like to phrase with movies of
Yeah.
like how I'd rewatch them. I'm like, if it was on, I wouldn't turn it off, but if I had, I wouldn't put it on. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Right. Overall ranking, I'd say is about 3.5 stars.
Three and a half?
I would say, yeah.
Really?
Actually, I give it 4. I give it
Okay.
4. It just loses a star for me because again, that whole music thing really
Mhm.
was just
It
pissing
was
me
was it,
off.
like,
There's a
really that distracting for
it
you?
when it is so periodic, I'm
Mhm.
like, it just makes me lose the moment. I'm like, okay, why? Because it was there was, I swear to you, there was a couple. There was like a 5 minute period where like there was a song that played, and then a scene happened, and
Another
then another
song.
song fucking played. And, like
Oh my
Olivia
gosh.
Rodrigo has like 3 songs in this movie
I
alone.
didn't
That
even realize that Olivia
are
Rodrigo was in the soundtrack.
Kelly Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo, and then they have like a lot of other ones that
I need to
they
rewatch this movie again with that in the back of my mind.
But yeah, that is my overall ranking at least for the film. And I will do my ranking for the film so far at the last episode.
Mhm.
I just don't have that list handy.
Yeah.
But as far as facts of the movie goes, as I previously stated, it actually pays a lot of homage to other like classic like teen kind of revenge movies, which
Mhm.
like Jawbreaker, Cruel Intentions,
Oh my
Heather's, Mean
gosh.
Girls, John Tucker Must Die, 10 Things I Hate
Oh
About
my
You,
gosh.
and
John
Clueless. Like all of there's all so many references to each of
Mhm.
these movies actually
Yeah.
within the movie. In the welcoming like day at school, one of the students is reading Dangerous Liaisons, which is kind of funny
Uh-huh.
because obviously Sarah Michelle Gellar was in Dangerous Liaisons.
Yeah.
So it's a
And
lot of
her being the principal in this movie was a well cast, in my opinion. I don't think I could picture really anybody else that could have done it better. I feel like if Sarah Michelle Gellar was in like was a principal, she would be a principal in a school that looked like this.
honestly, yeah, and which obviously as well, Sarah Michelle Gellar was also in Cruel Intentions,
She
and
was in Cruel Intentions. She definitely was.
the final shot of the car driving off at the end in the distance is a nod to the final shot of Cruel Intentions,
Yeah.
apparently too. Which again, see, just so many nods to all.
Yeah. So many nods to so many like again, like I love movies that nod off to older movies because again you can't this is proof you can take inspiration and take tropes of different movies and put it in something that is very unique and different
Right.
and also like filmed differently as well and also like hatting off to the ones that came before it.
In the scene where they do get everyone high on mushrooms,
Mhm.
like Allegra, the Instagram witch
Yes.
character, and her friends are seen like chanting in a circle with the light as a feather thing,
Oh yeah.
which is like nuts. Which is, I guess, it's supposed to be a reference to the '90s cult classic, The Craft.
Have you seen
Um,
The Craft?
no, I haven't.
It's such
Um,
a good movie. I love The Craft. I know it's like ooh spooky scary witchy stuff, don't watch it. It's a great movie.
which I mean, yeah, it's apparently taken because that's the same chant that they
Wow,
have
this
in the
makes me want to
movie.
rewatch this movie. I love this.
The fight scene in the party, like in the admissions party, is supposed to be a nod to Fight Club when they're like duking it out in like that
Really?
first little clip.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, when they're like, yeah,
yeah. When it's clipping into the party and you
uh
just see
huh,
the dudes just
duking
like
it out with
yeah
each
duking
other.
out each other. It's supposed to be a nod to Fight Club.
That is so funny.
Maya Hawke's character is reading the 1950 novel "Strangers on the Train" by Patricia Hill Smith, which if anyone doesn't know, that story is about two people who both wish to commit murder and decide to do it for each other.
Oh
So it's
wow,
like a little meta thing within the movie.
that's great. Yeah,
The movie was actually originally titled just Strangers before the release too. So
that would have been a dumb title. I wouldn't have watched that.
yeah. And to get the perfect opening shot where Camila Mendes falls on the ground after the title card,
Mm-hmm.
the director actually had her listen to Olivia Rodrigo's "Brutal" in her headphones during the scene,
I do remember
or on
Brutal.
set actually.
I do remember Brutal being in this movie because I thought it was an amazing placement for it. I mean, I love Olivia Rodrigo. Brutal is just one of those. I mean, her entire album Sour is definitely just gives this movie and it was perfect. They should have used that entire album honestly. But
They used a good amount of it. It was
yeah, but
like,
Brutal is a really great song. Wow, I love
yeah,
that song.
but yeah, she had her listen to it, I guess, in her headphones on
I
set
mean, I
to
would
get like
have.
the timing right.
Yeah, I absolutely would have, and I would have had so much fun filming it because I love that song. Wow, okay, that's it?
Yeah, that was all my fun facts for the movie. And for once again, for those of you who want to watch Do Revenge, it is on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, so I don't see it going anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, So
Or being
yeah,
on any other
yeah, or being
platform.
on any other, yeah, platform. So yeah, go watch it if you want. And now we're on to Ariana's pick. The movie I assigned you this week was Dead Poets Society
Why are you talking like that?
because I love this
Oh
movie.
my god.
But yeah, I mean, in any case, for those of you who haven't watched Dead Poets Society, it is a it's from the 1980s. I think it was 1980 film.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's film from is from 1980s. It's essentially it follows a group, well, I guess a class of young men that are in a boarding school, have entering a boarding school and are well, it's a sorry prep school. I don't know if those are the same thing, but
Uh-huh.
anyway, they're entering a prep school. It's an all male prep school. Obviously, it's very strict. There's a lot of rules going on, and because it is a prep school, it is designed to do exactly that, prepare them for college. That's what a prep school is designed to do. Purely academic. There is nothing else that goes on really about it. And within this movie, we do follow the story of specifically mainly about 3 4 boys, like
Mhm.
really, um, who are obviously all dealing with certain things within their adolescence, whether that be relationships with their parents, relationships with themselves, and inner feelings with how they deal with society in general,
Mhm.
and how they deal with their school, each other, attitudes towards life. And on that theme is when one of their teachers comes in, who is a new teacher at the school, played by Robin Williams. He is a Mr. Keeney,
Mr. Keating.
Mr. Keating. Thank you,
Mhm.
Mr. Keating, played by Robin Williams, who is their English teacher, and he essentially wants to expose them to the what is essentially just free thought and being able to express yourself through the world truly. He is essentially, as especially on their first day, instills this idea in them, saying really, who might be familiar with, called carpe diem, which is Latin for seize the day.
Mhm.
And that is kind of a theme that we just see throughout the movie of these boys trying to enact that sort of attitude towards their lives now, in the spirit of how Mr. Keating is teaching them through, whether that be literature or more, actually obviously usually is literature, but instilling obviously moral lessons, philosophical lessons, and obviously lessons about their adolescence in and of themselves and being men. So within that, we do see that happen a lot in this movie, or we do see that happen in this movie, and because of that, certain things do take turns. We see some of the young men make certain choices that lead to certain outcomes within each of their lives, obviously, and we see how it affects them and their livelihood, and obviously we see their relationship with their teacher and how it sort of fosters a very profound sense of, I guess I would say, like found family
Mhm.
within each
Yeah.
other, because they are sharing this experience, and as well as coming to this realization of there is so much more to life than what they are being led into within this prep school and within their lives from their parents, obviously. So
That is probably the best synopsis you've ever given on a movie that you've assigned because it no, that was like your vocabulary was so great. Sorry, I didn't. I was just kind of like in awe of your vocabulary.
I love this movie, I really do. Like,
You're gonna be very disappointed in what I think about this
son of
movie.
a bitch.
Okay, so first initial thoughts. I've seen this movie before, so this was a rewatch for me.
Right.
I actually do love the cinematography in this movie. I believe they shot it in New England, I guess you would say. It was like different, like Vermont was like the main location. It was shot on location, I believe, in oh my gosh, the fall time. It was
Right.
so beautiful. This movie genuinely makes me want to go during fall time just to watch like the leaves fall and change colors. It's wow,
Right,
so
fog and
beautiful.
mist roll into the,
Yes,
like, you
it
know.
is genuinely very beautifully shot. And I mean, I love this movie in the sense of that. The sense of the feeling of fall, the feeling of change too. And I believe the season is definitely like plays a significance to the theme of the movie because during the fall the leaves are changing, they are
Right,
falling, and also as the characters are doing that in this movie as well.
right,
So I thought that was a great choice. That was, if it was choose with that intention, I
right.
believe it was a great one to do. um Another thing that I really did enjoy throughout this movie, though it is a very male centered movie, and it really gives you a newfound perspective of the younger adolescence of men, and it just the pressures that men do deal with, and not only the pressures of like the ego, but also the pressures of everybody around them. And it is definitely very prevalent in this movie, and it's shown really, really well. I will start my overall ranking just by saying I do give it 3 stars
Really?
because it is so slow paced. I'm not even, you guys, I'm sorry. I it's so hard. I say it's slow, so it's slow paced, and there's a lot of great movies that do this that are very slow paced, but it was hard to keep my attention at times when I was watching this movie. And but I mean, this movie's almost 3 hours long. It is a very long
Is
movie.
it? I thought it was two, like just a little over two.
It's like 2.5 hours. It's
Oh,
a long movie. From what I mean, maybe I watched an extended cut of the movie, but
oh yeah, I think it is 2.5
it's
hours.
really long. And I'm not saying like long movies can be bad. There is certain movies that are definitely long, but also keep your attention very well though with that point. But I mean, I don't know. This movie, I think Robin Williams is just him in this movie really was just a breath of fresh air. I mean, he was amazing in this movie, and I'm actually just gonna dive into my fun facts from that point. Um, Actually, what attracted Robin Williams for the role of Mr. Keating, when he read the script, he found himself feeling like he's portraying a teacher that he wished he had growing up. So that's what really made him want to do this movie. Um, he actually considered it one of the best films he did. And
I
that,
consider it one of the best
yeah.
films he's done
And
personally.
that Peter Weir, who directed Dead Poet Society,
Right.
is the best director he's ever worked with.
Oh really?
So, yes.
Oh,
And yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think they are great together too, because I believe he's done other movies with Peter Weir, and it's really amazing. And he stopped saying amazing. Last
you
podcast, I was like, I say amazing 50
should make
times.
that one of our TikTok clips, like the counter, like
Yeah.
ding ding
Ding
ding.
ding. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing,
Um
amazing.
the director, speaking of Peter Weir, he actually chose to film this in chronological order, which, if you don't know, filming
Oh,
anything,
this he filmed all the scenes in
yeah,
chronological order.
yeah,
Oh,
filming
really?
scenes in chronological order is actually a nightmare to do. It is actually one of the more taxing things when you're filming anything because,
It's when you because you want to keep certain looks in a scene. You want to
mhm,
make sure like everything stays natural in a
yeah,
scene. Like, but to do that, there's still shooting. There's still shooting days. You have to prep for
yeah,
shooting, and
mhm,
there's long film takes. Obviously, things take multiple takes to go
yeah.
through because people mess up. Like,
Yeah, especially if you're like also like renting houses out or pieces
right,
of land
everything's
out. Like,
costing money and
yeah,
time. Like
exactly.
every
Money is
single
time. So filming in chronological order is actually a director's nightmare.
right,
You never really want to do that. And because people do are like, why don't they just film in chronological order? That's not reality, actually, unfortunately,
right,
because I always thought the same thing. Like, oh, just film in chronological order. Like, because also, too, things can change while you're filming. Scenes can change because it really depends on that. So I just found it very interesting because the intentions of Peter Weir like filming this in chronological order was so that he can really capture the. Are
the
you having a
growth.
heart
Oh, no, it's
attack?
just like in really bad indigestion.
Oh my
Um.
gosh, your eyes are watering, your face is turning red. I'm like, should I call 911? Marcus has heart palpitations, so I'm like, dude. Peter Weir's intentions to film this movie in chronological order was to actually capture the essence of the main cast of the boys building their relationship with Mr. Keating, Robin Williams' character.
Right,
And which I also, if you watch this, knowing this fact and you go and watch this movie back, it is a really great idea that they did that. Because again, like that is the essence of this plot as well, is there's this new brand new teacher. The parents don't know him, don't trust him, because what you guys also like don't really realize the reality of like prep schools and boarding schools in general, they have to know the staff as
right,
well, because a lot of these rich parents want to be able to pull strings for their children,
right,
so they have to know the teachers and the other staff very, very, very well.
right.
So that's also was the underlying theme of this, of the parents not trusting him as a teacher from the very beginning just by not knowing him, and seeing the ongoing influence that he had with their children.
Right.
So I thought that was a very wise choice to make as a director on the subject of them growing their relationship with Robin Williams. To For the main cast to grow their relationships with each other, Peter Weir had actually have them all room together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, off screen, obviously. So
Huh.
like, yeah, they all roomed together and lived together for a while during the duration of filming. So I thought that was very unique too, because you really do see the chemistry between all of the boys in this movie and how natural it feels. And I genuinely loved that about this film for sure. Is you can absolutely tell that this cast really did love each other in the way that the film was supposed to be portrayed as well.
Oh, yeah, because like, I mean, they were just, like, they were young men, so it's like, it really caught that sort of, like,
Hmm.
brotherhood very well.
Yeah, exact brotherhood. That's the word I'm looking for. Is that exact brotherhood is what definitely developed on and off screen, and you can absolutely tell. And I thought that was amazing. Um, I need to stop saying amazing. Jeez. Um,
Other words, there's great, there's
Great,
awesome,
awesome.
there's super nice.
The scene where Mr. Keating shows the boys his old yearbook photo, that's actually Robin Williams' yearbook from when he was a senior in
Oh,
high school.
really?
Yeah. That's actually that's a him.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I thought that was actually really cute. Before Peter Weir got a hold of this, Jeff Canoe was another director that was supposed to be doing this in the first place. Actually, Liam Neeson was supposed to be Mr. Keating.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
which listen, I
I
know Liam Neeson as the Taken guy.
right?
I he's in a lot of action movies. To me, I can't picture Liam Neeson being in Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, I know, I can't
So,
do it.
it just but Liam Neeson actually lost the role to Robin Williams once Peter Weir decided to be the director on this film. So, yeah,
Ah.
things like that can happen, which is very disheartening a little bit, because it's like you can have this role and you're like, yes, I finally got it. And then they change the studio, changes directors. And then it's like,
And director's like, "I don't want
yeah,
him."
yeah, and unfortunately that happens, but
Yeah.
Robin Williams I feel like was a beautiful choice.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really don't think I can picture anybody else doing this.
Oh, yeah.
And now another thing actually too, Peter Weir requested the kids to not say any modern day slang off camera. I think it doesn't really detail why, but my assumption would be to keep their essence of their vocabulary being very proper, coming from a proper family and being in this proper school. So there was this kind of rule that they couldn't exactly use modern day slang during that time.
Huh.
Yeah, very interesting. I think it, as from a director standpoint, I can see why that happens,
Yeah.
because of course, like you're working with like super young kids and wanting them to be great in this movie, and you're working with a lot of them. So having these boundaries and those types of rules, I feel like are very important when filming a film that's as serious as Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Ethan Hawke was actually very method during this time. This is one of Ethan Hawke's very early roles. I think it's one of his like, I don't want to call it his breakout role, but I think it was definitely his first like mainstream role, because this movie was nominated for a lot of awards.
Right.
But I guess he was so method to the fact that he was just very serious. Ethan Hawke's character in this movie is also very this brooding male, and just very, again, just very serious and very.
Yeah, because he's, like, also more new to the
Yes,
school and that kinda
exactly. He
thing.
is very more new to the school and definitely wants to keep a front of protecting himself, is what that translates to me as a viewer. So I guess again, like this plays into his method acting off camera, and I guess Robin Williams was trying to like make him laugh and break character off camera, like just to like get him to loosen up a little bit. And I guess like Ethan Hawke like found him very annoying doing that. And it's so much so that he worried that Robin Williams didn't like him for this reason. But actually, Robin Williams recommended him to his first acting agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What an honor too to work with somebody that is that high of a caliber as Robin Williams, especially now during this time. I believe it was
Right,
basically the peak of his career, and for him to recommend you to an agent
right. As a kid.
as a child, you know what I mean? And being so new and so green in the industry as well, so green that he didn't have an agent at this time.
Right.
And you guys, this might be a hot take. I don't think
Mm.
agents are that important.
Not necessary, not
I don't
really.
think they're that necessary. I maybe back then it was different, but I feel like now I feel like all you really need is a great acting coach that has a lot of connections, and a good manager.
Right.
I think that's all you need to succeed, honestly. So I don't think really agents are that. Sorry, watch us not get it picked up by an agent ever. But I just think that when you have, again, agencies, they really work with a lot of people at the same time. So I think having your own manager and an acting coach that's dedicated to you, I feel like you would succeed a little bit more.
Right.
That's just my opinion. But back then, of course, things were different.
Mhm.
But that's all the facts that I have. I know it's not many, but because there is, you guys, so many facts about this movie. If you are interested in learning facts about movies in general and makes you want to like motivated to watch the movie even more, I highly recommend going on IMDb, searching up the movie and on their trivia tab of the movie, and
Does
you'll
have a
just,
usually good amount,
yeah, you will scroll through days
yeah.
of all the facts and go down these rabbit holes, and it's very amazing. I think I need to
Mhm.
stop saying amazing. There's other words. There's other words. My goodness. It's very
It's so funny.
fun.
It's very fun.
That's all I have for Dead Poet Society. I mean, like I said, this movie cinematically is a beautiful one. I think Robin Williams. I mean, personally, I always love Mrs. Doubtfire. I think that was my favorite Robin Williams role. I think it's because I connected with that movie a lot more.
Right.
But this movie, I can see why he believes it's the best film he's ever done.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I guess just to end it off, I mean, as a man, like this movie is just so important for just like adolescence in general, like
Mhm.
because being that young, like it's like he tells them at the beginning, like look at all these faces, they all were just like you, had hope in their eyes, had hope for bright futures that they're gonna go on to do great things, and
Mhm.
they want you, like you have to do that now, like seize the day.
Mhm.
And that's what these boys did. They went out and they wanted to live as soon as they were told this message of like
Mhm.
you can go and live. Like that scene where they're ripping out all the pages in the textbook it's
Yeah.
pretty iconic as like this their big first lesson of like this doesn't matter. This conformity doesn't matter, and he even teaches it more to them when he has them outside like yelling and shouting
Yeah.
together about how dangerous conformity is.
Mhm.
And because he wants them to be free thinkers, to
Mhm.
be about the world and enjoy themselves as full human beings. Because it's like he tells them, and it's when he gives this speech, sometimes it does make me like tear up a little bit because like I like the way that especially Neil is looking at him too. Especially if you go watch this back, I mean, the
Mhm.
way that Neil's looking at him like with this wonderment in his eyes when he's telling them like love, passion, like creativity, like
Mhm.
art, like these are the things we live for.
Mhm.
Like that, like because like the whole kind of speeches I'm gonna kind of paraphrase a little bit is when like he's like like law, medicine, teaching. These are noble pursuits, but passion, love, like happiness, excitement, romance. That's what we live for,
Mhm.
and it's true. Like that's what we're supposed to live for.
Yeah.
Is that great hunger for life in front of you.
Mhm.
And it sucks because that and because in this movie obviously we see one of those kids try and do that and he just
Yeah.
he doesn't make it.
Mhm.
And it creates something for the rest of his classmates to push themselves even more forward as to why they have to be the ones to make it. And of
Mhm.
course it comes to that scene at the end, which we don't really know what happens to them if they get expelled or not or really after, but obviously when he's being told to leave and they stand up, oh captain, my captain.
Yeah. That quote actually, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," was used a lot in headlines when Robin Williams had passed. Sorry.
Which is like,
That really, like, got me. I forget that Robin Williams is no longer with us, and it's been so long. He was just an amazing light, and I think it's just so, like, sad when I watch this movie and, like, knowing that he felt like this was the best movie he's ever done and knowing what the movie meant to him. Ugh, We need to stop crying on this podcast. Those are improvements for season 2, you guys. But like I said, this movie and Good Will Hunting are like one of my favorite movies to like put in the background to watch during fall because I feel like this movie and Good Will Hunting have like I don't know how to explain it. They have the same tone and the
It's that,
same
like,
theme.
underlying theme, yeah.
Yeah, and it's I think it's amazing and I really gotta find another word.
We're
It's
just gonna
really
we're
excellent.
gonna stop you
Yeah.
there. But,
uh,
if those for those of you who want to watch Dead Poet Society, unfortunately, it's not on any streaming service exactly. You can rent it on Amazon, you can rent it
mhm.
on YouTube, a few other
Apple
places, Apple
TV.
TV,
Yeah.
but it's available for rent. So if you do wanna watch it, you will have to rent it or get on a pirate ship. But
That just concludes today's podcast. I know we haven't really been doing a lot of our other segments just relating to this rant for cinema. But this is the 19th episode. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching or listening to
right,
Rated R for Relatives. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow all of our socials down below. And of course, any feedback is
always
always
appreciated.
welcomed. Yes, and
Yeah.
appreciated. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.